Hello everybody, hello and welcome to Gear Chat on Wednesday night live on Wild Ginger Running. So thanks all for coming. It's great to have, there's loads of comments already in the sidebar here. That's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I'm just reading through them now. That's fantastic. But I can't sit here and not talk, first of all, about Jasmine Paris. Has anyone else been watching on the live feed today on the spine race? Jasmine Paris, British fell runner, has just completely and utterly annihilated the Montane spine race course record. So it's 268 miles from where does it start from? Edale to Kirkyeto following the Pennine Way. And Jasmine has just completely annihilated the record. The record stood at 95 hours and 17 minutes. And that was Ian Keith's record. And that has been smashed down today to 83 hours and about 12 minutes. That's unofficial timings. It's still all going through. So it's absolutely incredible. She's smashed the men's record by 12 hours and she's won the race outright. So massive big up to Jasmine Paris there for completely smashing the spine race. So I thought in honor of Jasmine, I would start tonight with an Inov8 rucksack because Jasmine is sponsored by Inov8. So the first pack here is the Inov8 All Terrain Pro. So what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to put a pack on. I'm going to take you through the features, and then if you've got any questions about it, just type them into the live chat. So yeah, type them into the live chat and I will do my best to answer your questions. So Thunderflash says live soon. Yes, we are live now. Thank you for watching, everybody. Guy Greytrex has told him it's 8:30, so yep, I've got the time right there. So Thunderflash has been holding off buying a running vest until this video. So I've also done a couple more videos on race vests. You'll see some new ones here today that I haven't reviewed yet, but there's also a budget packs review that I did 2 weeks ago, so check that out on my YouTube channel as well if you can. James Frost has got the Salomon Advanced Skin 12 pack and he'd like to try one from Inov8. Perfect. Well, that leads me nicely on to this pack from Inov8. So it's called, as I said, the All Terrain Pro, and it's available in several different sizes. And the great thing about this vest is it's kind of two vests in one. So it goes from 0 liters to 15 liters. So it weighs the weight of the basic pack is 186 grams, and then there's an extra bag that I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to take it off and turn it over and show you the extra bag, and that weighs an extra 126 grams. So in total, you're looking at a whole pack, 0 to 15 liters of 313 grams, which is pretty light. Inov8 have made it out of this kind of, it's sort of like the fabric that you get on tents. It's really lightweight, really durable, and really strong, but yeah, also really lightweight. So these bottles, which I've sort of been wrestling with, like, obviously you can adjust these to fit the right height, but I've kept them this long for the purposes of the review so I can show you how long, but you kind of look like a bug with a bit of an antennae here with these, but obviously you chop them to size depending on where you wanted to keep your bottles, so they wouldn't just be like flapping you in the face, or they're not actually headphones. So these bottles, they weigh 100 grams, obviously a little bit less if you're going to chop the tubes down, which I definitely recommend. So that means the whole pack comes in at about 400 grams, like 413 grams. So so what you get for that is it's really, really cool, actually. So you've got 2 chest straps here, nice stretchy chest straps. I'm going to take this off so these stop bashing me in the face. These bottles are 500 milliliters. So I'm actually going to take them out because they keep flapping around, but obviously they wouldn't do that once you've chopped them down to size. So the bottles, 500 milliliter bottles from Inov8 there, nice long tube. We'll just put that to the side and we'll take the other one out as well. So get your questions coming. If you've got any questions about the Inov8 All Terrain Pro, I can show you anything that you want me to look into as part of this live feed. So here we go. Here's the back of the pack, just here. So it's got a really lightweight mesh material there, and it's got a pouch here for the hydration bladder as well. So it's compatible with hydration bladder as well as the bottles if you're not so keen on those. So coming around to the back here, this is the extra storage. So you can fit about 8 to 10 litres of kit in here, and it's really good because it clips on really easily using these side clips just here. So there's about 6 of those all the way around the pack, top, bottom, and left and right each side as well. So that's really easy. They're really easy to unclip and clip back on again, and depending on how much stuff you've got in the pack underneath, they've also got a certain level of adjustment on them. So there you go, you can see you can pull it down to tighten the pack in so that you shouldn't get any bouncing around, and I've found that you don't get any bouncing around with this pack. So if I take this whole pack off, it's fairly straightforward. It's just a pack with a zip down the side here. So we've got nice big opening there. You can just chuck anything that you want in here. It is a bit, I like to have a pack which opens across the top, because then you can put a dry bag in and you can kind of reach in for a dry bag. With this one, you do get instant access to everything. So maybe if you've got a number of small dry bags in there, that might work. So anyway, that's the outside of the pack. It's got a reinforced base as well, so you can comfortably put this down on rock and mud and things like that, and you won't worry about wearing out the pack. So that's a really nice touch, I think. So I'll take the pack, this extra bit of pack off. The extra bit weighs, if you can remember, 126 grams. Yeah, and do ask me any questions on the live chat as well. We have got a question that's come in from Michael, 8,599, and he has put something on the super chat, so I'll definitely be answering that question, Michael, for you in a tick once I've done this one. And this is the basic Inov8 pack, so you could just wear this one. This is just a very basic sort of 3 to maybe 5 litre pack. You've got this stretchy pocket just here, which you can fit maybe a windproof or something like that inside, bit of food as well. And then you've got these really, yeah, I'd say this was kind of 5 litres, this pack, because you've got these really huge pockets here, which are side pockets, and they have a stretchy top opening part to them. So you've also got some adjustment on that bit there as well, with this bungee cord here, so you can pull those pockets really tightly around you once you've stuffed it full of things. So there's 2 really handy locations there, one on this side and one on this side as well. And I am going to rocket through these packs today, because I have got 14 of them to show you. So if you do want me to cover anything in more detail, then just shout up on the live chat. Okay, so that is the Inov8 All Terrain Pro smaller backpack, which weighs 186 grams. So I'd say that's a really good pack. So this is a medium to large, and I've been using this very comfortably. So if you're a size 12 lady or larger, or kind of my size, like a size small men's, then yeah, you could easily, comfortably use this pack. I'd probably go for a smaller one, I reckon, just so that I didn't have to cinch these in quite so tight. But yeah, you could get away with a medium large. This bit here used to have a whistle on, but they've sent me a sample one, so I don't think the whistle has come off somewhere along the line. So that is the Inov8 All Terrain Pro. So because we're paying homage a little bit to the Montane spine race here, with Jasmine Parrish just breaking the overall course record and smashing it for the ladies, I thought I'd better next review a Montane pack. So I've got a couple here, one that I have reviewed on my channel before, so I will not go through that in much detail because it's in my best packs of 2018 video, which I might link up to here if I can find where it is. I might just write that down. 9 minutes in, 9 mins, link, best packs, so that you can find that later when it's live. So this is the 10 litre Jaws pack. It's from the Trail Via series, and the thing I really like about both these Montane packs, so this is the 5 litre one, which I haven't reviewed on my channel yet. It's called the Fang 5. The thing that I like about these packs is they have a bit of a different place for the bottles. So and also they have a very stretchy waistband. So I've been through this one before on my channel, so you can find it elsewhere. But so I'll go through the Montane Fang actually for this video. So that is what I like about these packs. They've got a really nice Velcro closure, and I don't know of any other packs that actually do a Velcro closure. So I just put this on. So it's got a really easy hook that you've got a couple of options here. If you can just see, I've got a couple of options there for where the hook can go. Yeah, there you go. And then you've just got this really nice, really stretchy bit of Velcro here. So it's dead easy to just tie it around, stick it down, and that is really comfortable. It does make you look as if you've got like a little bit of a belly coming out from underneath, because it kind of rises up, but if you're not too vain, then it's fine. So it's got a couple of pockets just here and here for the water bottle, so it can take 500 milliliter water bottle, so that's in here. Do keep the questions coming, by the way. If you've got any questions about the Montane Fang, then just type them in the live chat and I will do my best to answer them. So you've got a space for a bottle here, and this is one of their 225 milliliter, 230 milliliter bottles. A 500 will fit in this one as well, but just I haven't got two at the moment, so there you go. There's one side there. So yeah, that's a really nice pack. If for like, I prefer my bottles a little bit higher because I like to just sort of dip down. You could use one of the Inov8 type bottles. You could get one of these long tubes to then hook through here, so that you've got those bottles closer to your mouth there. But I like to have my bottles a little bit closer and not faff about with pipes and stuff, because they can get, it's just more to clean, really. But some larger chested ladies do report that they appreciate having the bottles here rather than up here, because they just find it a lot more comfortable. So if you have got a larger chest as a lady, then definitely consider the Montane packs. They're really good for that. So I'll just quickly show you the back. And then we shall move on to the next pack, which is quite exciting because I didn't even know they made packs, and they just literally managed to send it to me, and I wore it for the first time last night. So I'll tell you about that pack in a minute. So we've got here, we've got a nice front pocket here. This is where my bottles have gone. I wondered where those were. So bottles, here we go. Yeah, so plenty of room in that bottom compartment there. They say it's 5 litres, but I'm sure you can stuff about 10 litres of stuff into this bag. And then you've got a nice main pocket here, which leads through to a nice mesh back. So if you're running in hot climates, that's quite good there. You've also got some bungee as well to secure things outside the pack. And you can probably do something about poles with this bit here, this loop here, and this loop up here, so you can pop your poles into the side there as well. So the Montane Fang is coming in at 261 grams, about 65 grams for the two larger Montane bottles as well, so that makes the total 326 grams. The Montane Jaws, on the other hand, is only slightly more heavier, and it's quite a lot bigger. It's 5 litres compared to 10 litres, and it's only slightly heavier. It's only 10 grams heavier, coming in at 335 grams for the whole caboodle. So there are 2 packs from Montane, and Montane obviously sponsor the Spine race, so thanks to their coverage for making it such a brilliantly covered race that Jasmine Paris can go and smash the record on this evening. I'm still buzzing about that. So there we go. We've covered Inov8 and we've covered Montane. And so now we're going to move on to a company that generally specialise in road running. But if you were here on the live chat last week, you'll know that Holly Page has just been signed by them. So they've started inroads into trail running. So I quickly asked them for a pack, and they sent me the Adidas Terrex Agravic vest, which is a kind of funny word. I don't know what that means. I'll have to look it up. But this is the Agravic vest from Adidas Terrex. So I wore this for the first time last night at running club. I literally opened the packet, put it on, shoved some stuff in it, forgot my phone because I was swapping stuff out of backpack to backpack because it had literally just arrived, and I wore it last night. And it's a testament to how comfy it is and how easy it is to use that I was just able to kind of grab it and go. So this is a size small. It is kind of true to size. You know, like some packs say small and they're not small at all. This pack is very true to size. So we've got We've got a little clip here that fastens across. I was running down the road trying to do these up last night, and it was a bit tricky because it was dark and I was trying to look at my watch and find out what time it was because I was late as usual. So these clip across like so. That's really quite easy to do. They're just a hook and a clip. I could see it being a little bit fiddly if you've got cold hands or something, but you can do it with one hand, I think. You can pretty much do it with one hand, so that's quite a nice touch there. And these are elasticated there, so it's really comfy. Like, you can do it up quite tightly, and but you can still breathe, so that's always good in a pack if you can still breathe, hey. So Holly just Instagrammed me actually, and she said, oh, it's great that you've got that pack, because they haven't even sent me one yet. So Holly's still waiting for her pack, but it's really good. I'm really glad that they've managed to send me one, because it's quite similar to the Salomon one, which is my favorite ever pack. And that is a pack that I don't believe that they make anymore. It's the S-Lab 5 set. They make a 3 set now, but they don't necessarily make a 5 set. So this is the one that the Adidas Agravic is quite similar to. So this is one of their S-Lab packs. It's the S-Lab 5 set. And it's just basically a really, really lightweight material waistcoat with double layers, so that you can just slide things in. Like, there's a double layer here, you just slide things into the pockets, so there's no zips or anything on it, apart from the side pockets there, which do have a zip, and the water goes in the front. So the weight of this one is a really incredible, it's something like, it's ridiculous. It says here 110 grams, like 100 grams for this pack, and then add 65 grams for some bottles, so 165 grams. You barely know you're wearing that. So in comparison, this Adidas Terrex Agravic vest is 172 grams, and the bottles weigh 66 grams. So that's a total of 238 grams. So Salomon is still winning on the weight here with their S-Lab series stuff. But let me just take you through the features of this Adidas pack, so that you can just get a bit of a feel for it. Because the other thing is, I just looked for it now online, and I can't find a price for it. So that's obviously going to make a big difference, because the Salomon pack that I just showed you, they're in the region, they're above £100. A lot of them are, the recommended retail price is like £140. So it will make a difference as to where this sits in the review, as to like how good value it is. But knowing Adidas as a sort of like an everyone brand, like maybe the price is going to be a bit less, I don't know. So it might make you consider it. But anyway, so let's just look at these bottles first of all. So these bottles, they're quite tightly fitting in here, and they're actually not 500 millilitres. They're 450 millilitres, these bottles. So that's slightly different to the Salomon, because the Salomon bottles are 500 millilitres. So you can carry just that 100 millilitres extra of water. So if that makes a difference to you, then that's useful to know. There's a tiny whistle here, and there's these couple of tiny pockets just here and here as well. The Salomon packs don't tend to have a pocket just here behind the water, and I agree with that, because it's quite hard to get in anything that is in a pocket like this. I would rather see a little pocket up here if they're going to make a pocket. Like Salomon usually have like a little zip pocket here and a little like dib in pocket here for a gel or something. So yeah, not a massive fan of pockets behind the bottles, but I mean, it's a really lightweight pack, and you can use them, but I just prefer them here. And then one great thing that I do love in a backpack is a pocket just next to the water bottle pocket. So there's the pockets here. They're not incredibly big. So like with this Salomon one here, I can actually fit, there's the water bottle pocket just here, and then here is the pocket just below it. I can actually, it's so big, I can actually fit a pair of gloves in there, but with this one here, I can't really fit a pair of gloves in there. It's just quite small. So that's just going to be for gels and bits of food and like bars and stuff. But at least there are pockets there, which is good. Then you've got this, there's a pole attachment here. So that goes, there was another thing that I was, I'll take it off and show you in a minute. Yeah, I'll take it off now and I'll show you the back of the pack. So those bits are for pole attachments. And, oh yes, here we go. So that is the other side for attaching poles there. So you saw I couldn't quite figure out where that was on the move. That's just because I haven't used the pack a ton. It only came yesterday. So I will be doing some more work with that and figuring out how quick you can get poles in. But this is a good opportunity to tell you about the pocket on the back. So there's one kind of small pocket here. It's baffled there, so you can fit more in than you think. I managed to fit, oh, I don't have it with me. I managed to fit my insulated jacket into this last night. I'll just show you. This is not my insulated jacket. This is my windproof jacket. We have to wear bright Lumo for running club, so that's why it's bright Lumo. So that fits in nicely, like so. And then you've got loads of room in this pocket here, and it's quite nice because you can reach that from the side. So you can quite conceivably put a waterproof jacket in here, just shove it in, and then that's there around the side. So yeah, there's another loop for poles there as well. But yeah, depending on the price of this pack, this is looking like quite a good contender for being similar to the Salomon packs. So I'm quite excited to see the rest of the range from Adidas Terrex as well, if they're coming more into trail running. So yeah, I'll be asking them for some more kit as well. I've asked them for that shoe, you know, the shoe Holly was talking about last week with the boa closure system where you just turn the dial and it tightens the laces. So I'll be asking them for a review of those shoes as well. So that is the Adidas Terrex Agravic vest, and it's 238 grams in total. So that leads us on nicely to the Salomon, everybody's favorite, the Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set. So it's not really fair to compare this to the Agravic vest because it's quite a bit bigger. The material is very robust. This, I have to say, this is one of my favorite packs of all time because it just does everything that you need it to. So it weighs, for starters, it weighs 274 grams. And then the couple of bottles that I just had in my hand here, they weigh 77 grams. So put that all together, you're looking at about 350 grams, which is quite frankly amazing for something that can carry 12 litres of kit. So that's why that alone makes the Salomon pack really, really good. You've got these little clips to go across. If you're not familiar with the Salomon Advanced Skin packs, then these can be a little bit fiddly to start with. But yet, generally, once you've used it for a bit, it's quite straightforward to plug these little clips into a myriad of holes here on the side. Then you've got a couple of big pockets here for anything, gloves, anything, couple of water bottle pockets here. I don't know if I can fit this water bottle in whilst actually wearing it, but yes, everyone's been quite quiet on the chat. Is anyone there? Are you there? All I've got is James Frost saying, I've got the Salomon Advanced Skin 12 pack and he'd like to try one from Inov8. I don't have any other comments, but it says there's 66 of you watching. Come on now, you can't all be that quiet. Send me some comments so I know that you're all listening. Right, so that's 2 500 milliliter bottles just fitting in quite easily, I'd say, into these pockets. Probably easier if you put them in before you put it on. Oh, and make sure that you have that over the top there, otherwise it won't go in. So then you've got plenty of space for other stuff here because these pockets are really, really huge, like so. And then you've got pockets. Well, they do have pockets behind the bottles. They're just a little bit higher, so they appear to be a lot further behind the bottles than the Adidas pack that I've just tested. So they're just that little bit higher, so you're not sort of reaching behind the bottle, but you're sort of reaching above and behind the bottle. And then you've got a zip pocket on this side. Always good to have a zip pocket in a vest because you always need something with a zip to put your key in, because that's definitely what you don't want to lose. So nice little pocket there as well. So then there's these as well. These are a bit annoying if you're not using them to stow your poles away with, because they can flap around and hit you in the face. So I would tuck them in if you're not going to use them. And then I will just take this off and, the side pocket there, I'll just show you the side pocket. So huge room there, and you can fit your hand in quite easily there and get to stuff on the move, and the same on the other side, just there. So that's why this pack is so good, because you can just reach everything on the move, and you can really tell that Salomon have worked really hard with their athletes to come up with a pack that is just so user-friendly, and that is what sets this pack apart, in my opinion, from the rest of the packs ever that I test. So you've got here again, you've got a nice breathable mesh back. You can see my face through there. And then you've got plenty of room for so much stuff in here. And then you've got a couple of back side pockets as well that you can actually reach into. If you're really dexterous, you can reach into those on the back as well. So that is the Salomon S-Lab Advanced Skin 12 set. So really highly recommended this pack. It's one of my favorite packs. It will set you back. It costs about £150. I haven't looked at the latest prices. You might be able to get like last year's model or something on eBay for a bit cheaper than that, but you're definitely looking at over £100 for this pack. Unless you become a patron of Wild Ginger Running, and then you might be able to win this pack, because this month on Patreon you've got the opportunity to win a pair of Lecky running poles, any of the packs I've tested in 2018. So this will include this one. I don't know why I said that, because I really like this pack, so I don't want to actually give it away, but yes, and then you can win a place at Glenmore Lodge on a trail running weekend as well, where you'll learn to use Lecky poles, and there's loads of like shoes that you can try out, and night running and head torches and all that kind of stuff, nutrition, physio, like planning a route, navigation, all that stuff. Definitely sign up to me on Patreon if you want to be in it with a chance to win one of these backpacks and a pair of Lecky poles and that Glenmore Lodge trail running weekend. So definitely do that. I'm still concerned that no one's talking on the live chat. Usually you're very chatty. What's up with everybody? I'm sure it says 75 people are watching now, 77 people are watching now, and nobody is talking to me on the live chat. I'm getting quite concerned that you're all secretly watching Jasmine Paris finish live on the spine race again, rather than watching this. Okay, so next up, I am going to test another brand which is generally more well known for road running. So we've got, and it's been sent in by a top tier patron, Guy Greatorex. So thank you very much, Guy, first of all for being a top tier patron, and second of all for sending me this pack to show everybody today, because this is also really interesting. It's a pack from Nike. It's called the Hydration Race Vest, and you can sort of see the difference between this one and the Adidas one already, in that Adidas are being a bit more serious about getting into trail running and sort of going down the Salomon kind of vest route, whereas this is much more of a sort of a normal style pack. So this one, thanks very much, Guy, for sending that in. That's absolutely brilliant. So it weighs, I've just weighed it, and it is on my list somewhere. Nike Hydration Rest Vest. Yes, okay, so it weighs 254 grams. So it's really light. If you added a couple of bottles, it'd make it more like kind of 310, 320 grams. So I'll just pop it on and take you through the features. The good thing about this pack is that it's currently on sale for about kind of 60 or 70 pounds. Let me just check. Yeah, it's on sale at the moment for 65 pounds. So if you type in Nike Hydration Race Vest online, you'll find it. So it's got a clip here for a hydration tube to fit into. These bits, secure closures, they're really easy to fit, but they're not actually elasticated. So I do like a pack that has some elastication across here, because it just makes breathing easier. It fits relatively well. It's maybe a little bit tight on the shoulder area just here, but yeah, the fit is good. There's no pockets on this part here, which could be a nice addition to the pack. And this part here, that I think is just about big enough for an iPhone. My iPhone is charging in the other room because I was tweeting so much about Jasmine Paris and watching all the live stuff that it's actually run out of battery. So sorry, I can't show you what it looks like with a phone in. But then there's a nice big pocket here to put a bottle in. So I think it would probably fit the it definitely fits the 230 milliliter Montane bottle in there. And I'll just go and see if it will take another bottle. So if I know it won't take this length of bottle, so I will just see if it will take more sort of a more square type of bottle. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's kind of fitting in there. Yeah, maybe if you just didn't have it totally full, that bottle would fit in there. So you've got kind of probably, I'm going to say 350 milliliters for that side there. And then the same on this side here. And the nice thing about these pockets here is, I don't know if you can just see in the light there, that you can actually cinch them in as well. So you can have them really quite far open, and then you can properly cinch them down with this little cable here and make sure that nothing falls out there. So there's no kind of side pockets here like you'd find in the Salomon or the Adidas jacket. There's a adjustment here. So this pack would be good if you're if you're a little bit on the larger side and you want to make it bigger, or maybe you're sharing a pack between a couple or something, and somebody wants to wear it one day and somebody wants to wear it the other day. So it's good for lots of different people to wear, because it's got this adjustment just here. So I've got it on the fullest amount, and I think it's a little bit on the big side for me. So if they did a smaller version of this pack, then I think that would be better. Then just coming around to the front, we've got a zip. It's a nice big zip pack here. And it's got a loop for the hydration bladder, and it's got a nice mesh back, so it'll be nice and breathable. And that's just Guy's note telling me that he's sent me the pack. And and then there's a little pocket here for any other items that might just fall about in there. So and then there's pockets around the front here as well, so you can reach them as you go, and you can stash something as big as a waterproof in there. So that's a really nice pack for 65 £65. So it's definitely worth taking a look at. But I reckon if you're really serious about trail running, I'd probably go for the Salomon Advanced Skin, obviously, and then the Jaws packs as well. But this is a really good value option if you're going to go budget. But if you want really, really good value, the Decathlon Kalenji trail running pack is amazing value at about £30. So that's also a good option as well. Fantastic. So thanks very much, Guy, for sending this pack in just here. And the next pack that I'm going to talk about is not actually out yet. So this is a sneak preview. So this is the Camelbak Octane 9, and it weighs 348 grams, which is a little on the heavy side, but there's a lot to it, which I'm going to take you through in a minute. So if you like a bag with lots of pockets and features, maybe you want to use it for commuting, that kind of thing, then definitely check this bag out. So 350 grams, and then it comes with a hydration bladder. So the hydration bladder is actually quite heavy. It's really good quality. Camelbak hydration bladders are always amazing quality, but it is a little bit on the heavy side. So I've just weighed this, and it weighs about just over 200 grams. You can drive over it in a tank, but it weighs a lot. So if you wanted to put couple of bottles like this in, you're looking at more like 77 grams for that. So that would reduce the overall weight quite actually not loads, like by 30 by 130 grams. So that is actually worth doing. So altogether it's 550 grams, which makes this one of the heavier packs that I've tested. But if you were to put bottles in instead, that would take it down to more like 420 grams. So it's looking a bit more palatable there for trail runners. But this hydration bladder is lovely. It is one of the nicer tasting hydration bladders. It's also got this kind of scoopy bit on it, so it's quite easy to take it out and kind of scoop it through a stream to get more water. And it's very grippy here as well, so you can quite easily get it to turn. Sometimes it's really hard to open them again. And then the bite valve has got an on and off switch, which is so handy because you know the amount of times that you, like, if you don't have an on and off switch on your hydration bladder, you kind of lean over and you squash it accidentally and all the water soaks you. It's really annoying. So this is really, really, really easy bite valve to operate. Just pull it up like that, or push it down to open and close it there. So that's super easy. So that is the hydration bladder, and I will just take you through the features of the pack because, as I said, it's a little on the heavier side, but I've been wearing this for quite some time now. I wore it to running club because I have to take a ton of stuff with me because I'm also a first aider. So I really enjoyed using the different pockets on here. So if you like a bag with pockets, here we go. Hit the front pocket, very nice, kind of stretchy at the bottom as well, so you can fit all manner of things inside there. Then you've got, there's so many pockets, you can lose things in this actually. Then you've got a pocket over here as well, so that is you've got some little compartments there, so that's why I said it'd be quite good for commuting because you can kind of fit pens. I could put some pens in there, and you can fit like your phone down there if you wanted to put your phone down there, and then it's a really big cavernous area just there. And then you have another pocket. So check this out. There's a little pocket here. So that is actually quite deep. So you can put like your purse and just things that you need to access quite quickly in that pocket there. And then you've got the main compartment there. That's the hydration bladder goes in there, but it doesn't actually fill it. Even if you've got the hydration bladder filled full of water, it doesn't fill this cavity here. So you could fit like a waterproof jacket down the side of that hydration bladder as well. And the back is padded just here. It's reinforced, so it feels quite rigid as a bag, like in a good way. It's like you could put a laptop in there or something like that, and it wouldn't be too bashed about by jiggling up and down on your back if you run slowly to work. So it's got a nice comfy mesh back just here, and then at the front it's got really aerated, nice airy straps here, so it's quite breathable despite it being quite heavy. And then it's got a couple of pockets that you could actually stick a hydration bottle in as well. So you could stick one of those in, or you could go for I think the more square versions would work in that one there. So there's a couple of pockets there. One is behind the water bottle pocket, and it's quite long, so it's difficult to use because if you put anything in it, then it's going to fall all the way to the bottom, and it's quite hard to get it out if you've got water in here. But if you haven't got water in here, then that's a bit more okay. But yeah, this one is quite hard to use because it's hard to get a hand in and out. This one is a lot better. I think what I'd prefer is this pocket to be a little bit wider, and then this pocket to just be a little bit further down and more stretchy, like basically like the Salomon packs. And so on this side, it's a little bit different. You've got this stretchy pocket here that you could probably fit a water bottle in. And then this pocket here, which definitely does fit a iPhone in, because that is where I carry my iPhone when I'm at running club. So that fits an iPhone in there. And it's nice to have a zip pocket as well as a stretchy pocket. It's always nice to have a zip pocket on a bag so that you can put your keys in and stuff like that. So then these chest straps they are stretchy at this point here. So that is lovely. You can get a really nice fit with that, like so. And then you've got a bit of a clip here for the hydration bladder tube. So that fits really nicely there. So this is a really nice bag from Camelbak. The only slight downside is that it's a little bit heavy. Oh, and it doesn't have any pockets at the side there. It's got these adjustable points as well. But that means it's good. It fits all manner of people. It fits larger people, smaller people. I'm a size 12. I've got it probably cinched in cinched in quite tightly. There's also a little whistle in there. I've got it cinched in quite tightly. So if you're smaller than me, then maybe you'd have to go for a smaller pack. But anyone who's size 12, ladies, or size small men would be fine with this pack. I think it's actually ladies specific, this pack. But yeah, it doesn't look it, so men, you're fine. So right, next pack is just let me know if you've got any questions, by the way. I'm just having a look. Oh, there you are, typing loads of things. Why did they not come up? I am so sorry. Right, I'm going to have to read these now. Yeah, Andy Shaplin's been hooked dot watching. Mark M says hello. Tim Croft, hi Tim, hello. He's an Inov8 brand junkie. Excellent. Well, it's a very good brand. I definitely love Inov8 stuff as well. Merlin Keating, I can't believe all these chats didn't come up. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm sorry if you've left thinking I'm ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you at all. I'm just going to read some more out. So Martin Keating says he's about to get one. He needs this. Great. Fantastic. Merlin. Great name. Rob Tomlin. Hello. Guy Greaterex. I've got this Inov8 pack. One question. Where do you put the poles? Underneath? Oh, this Inov8 pack. Where do you put the poles? Good question. Yes, I reckon you do. So this is the Inov8 pack, and there is a couple of dangly bits here for which to put poles on. So yes, I should probably do like a whole video of where to put poles on packs, shouldn't I? That would be a good one. So yes, popping them across, that would be fine. Yeah, oh goodness me, I just like clicked refresh a couple of times and all these comments came up. It must have seemed like I was ignoring you. I was a bit concerned that everyone was being really quiet. John Gardner says greetings everyone. James Frost says don't they slap you in the face? I think he was talking about these. Yes, yeah, they can do. So yeah, definitely trim them down to size. Yes, Conrad's here. Hello Conrad, he's sneaking in from work. That's absolutely fantastic. Thanks for joining us, Conrad, all the way from the United States. Craig Lancaster, hi Claire, I'm a big guy. What would you recommend for people who might not be as slim as yourself? Oh, well, I'm very slim, obviously. Well, the Inov8 pack that I've just shown you, that comes in many sizes, comes in extra large as well. All of the packs that with the adjustable side bits, they are good for larger people as well. And basically, if a pack doesn't have adjustable side bits, it will often have actual sizes that you can buy. So or just always go for the large or the extra large of them. And if you can, just buy both at the same time and then just send back the one that didn't fit. So, but basically to try it on, make sure you fill it full of all your stuff, because a pack will fit quite easily without loads of stuff in. But once you've got it stuffed full of all the stuff you need for a race, then it will feel a bit smaller. So definitely pack it full of stuff, test it out, go for a run around the house, whatever, and then send back the one that didn't fit. Okay, hope that answers your question, Craig. Simon Run says, that looks like a great pack. I don't know which one that was, but never mind, we'll move on. Rob Thorne says, hi Claire, is there anywhere to put the straps once they have been used to tighten the main compartment? I hate flapping straps. That is a great point. I think we're still onto the Inov8 pack here. So these are the straps. Yeah, no, there's nowhere to put those straps. There is nowhere. So quite conceivably, you could be running along with that flapping around. So that's a good point, and it's something to consider if you are not a strap flapper lover. Okay, so James Frost, about the bottle position, the Salomon has them more central and the Inov8 does the side. Does the Inov8 bottle position interfere with arm movement? No, quite categorically no, I can tell you that. I always think that if the bottle is here, that I'm going to bump into it with my elbows, but actually I don't run like this. You kind of run like this, and unless you're a lot different anatomically to me, you'll find that if the bottles are here, they're all right. So don't worry about that. Andy Chaplin says, you need the hanger friend back to help. Oh no, I know. I was too busy. Tweeting about Jasmine Paris, so I just had to set up really quickly. I was finding out the weights of all the backpacks about 5 minutes before I was due live. So yeah, sorry that Mr. Hanger tripod isn't here today to hang the backpacks on, but I just thought, I'll just wear them. James Fowler, would it be possible to fix a bungee on the back of the Inov8? Oh, well, do you know what? They have actually got a bungee on the side of it. I missed that part actually. They've got a bungee to the side there already, and they've got a kind of a side pocket here as well. So really, I think, like, you could honestly carry like 20 litres of kit in this bag if you really properly stuff the outside bits as well as this whole bit here. So yes, you could also string some bungee to go across the side there. The problem there would be that when you open the pack, you'd have that bungee in the way. So that's why Inov8 have gone for the side bungee just there. I'm so glad, like, this video is like now 10 times better because of all your questions. Thank you very much, and stick with me. It's going to be quite a long one tonight. So Dude Lebowski says, hi Claire, I find that once I've cut the tubes down to size, they end up leaking. Is there anything good to conceal them? Oh, they end up leaking. Do you know what? I've never actually cut them down to size. So leaking, they shouldn't leak. They shouldn't leak if you cut them straight across. Like, can you see there? It's really straight across. Like if you cut them slightly downwards, then that might leak. But they shouldn't leak. No, like you can, if you, oh, you can't pull that one out, but if you pull, maybe if you cut it from this end rather than this end, then hopefully it wouldn't leak. But yeah, no, it shouldn't leak. It shouldn't leak. Definitely not. Anyone else got any tips on that? Anyone else been chopping these tubes and found that they've found a method for them not leaking? If you have, then tell Dude Lebowski as a matter of urgency. Okay, so John Gardner says the Velcro is a good feature up front since you can, oh, where am I now? Oh yes, John Gardner. Velcro is a good feature up front since you can adjust it and it stays put. Most diving buoyancy control devices have Velcro in the same place. Well, do you know what? I used to do a lot of diving and I had actually forgotten that. So that is a very good point about the Montane pack, the Montane Fang and Jaws from John Gardner there. So this Velcro was stretchy like that. So then Thunderflash says, not keen on Velcro, it catches on my Lycra. Yes, Velcro can catch on things. And also, if you get Velcro muddy, it tends to not work anymore. So yeah, sometimes a clip with some elastication is best there. So Guy Greatrex says, James Frost, no, they don't. The bottles are out of the way. So that's in relation to the running and jabbing bottles with your elbows thing. James Fowler has found the Adidas pack. It's £120 for the Adidas Terrex Agravic pack. So yeah, that makes it kind of similar to the Salomon packs then. So still, in my opinion, Salomon is winning. So yeah, if it's £120 for an Adidas pack, I'd still go for Salomon. But I'm going to wear both. I'm going to keep wearing the Adidas one and see how that goes. Okay, so John Gardner is chatting now with James Frost. Where do you store your running poles on an S-Lab 12? That might be, he might say in the quiver. There's a Salomon Do This quiver. It's like 20 quid. You can put it on the back of your pack. You can attach it to any pack if you sew some loops on, but it attaches automatically with these loops to any Salomon pack. And yeah, so you can put poles in like that into the quiver on an S-Lab 12 skin. Rob Thorne says, hi Claire, I have the Salomon and love it. Do the speed bottles actually help? So these are the speed bottles. The previous bottles are, I will just open this and show you the previous bottles. So the previous bottles look like this. So this is the old bottle, this is the new bottle. So these are I probably can't say that kind of on live YouTube. These are a pain in the bum to get into the bottle pockets. These, on the other hand, this is it's kind of reinforced plastic, and it just makes it go down really easily. It really glides down into the pocket. So I would say that these are definitely worth spending a little bit of money on rather than these. They are quite long, so if you've not got a Salomon pack that's not made for such a long pocket, there can be a little bit of an issue with that, in which case I'd go for something like this from Montane, or you can get them even cheaper from Decathlon. I was in Decathlon the other day and had some nice bottles in there, super cheap. Not quite as pro as these ones, like a Bullet, but still. These ones I recommend. They also taste pretty good as well. Like the water coming out doesn't taste too plasticky. So that's if you've got the cash splash and you're worried about that kind of thing, then definitely these are really good. So Guy Greatrex is just saying there is loads of comments. Yes, I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't see all the comments. Angie Hollingworth, hello, is just listening and making the kids' lunches before she heads out to work. Happy to have just caught you. Oh, hello from Australia. That's amazing. Hello, people in Australia. Chuck Coffin is here and enjoying the descriptions of each pack. Lee Ratcliffe, do the bottles move about as you run? Not if you've got them securely in one of the pockets, Lee. Hope that helps you. Tim Croft says, we're all here. We're just paying attention. Yes, I'm really sorry. I was like, where are the comments? Where are the comments? Thunder Flash says, do those bottles squirt if squeezed, or do you need to soak? Oh, I don't know what that means. Yes, some bottles, if you lean over and you accidentally press this bit here, water will come out. So most of these bottles, if you just accidentally press them by leaning over or fiddling around or whatever, then a bit of water will come out. So you just have to be careful. Linda Clarball is here. Hello, Linda. She has that pack too, and she loves it. Amazing. Good choice, Linda. Steve Horton says, loving it so far, Claire. I'm hoping to see some of these packs at the running show at the weekend. My shopping list is getting longer. Might have to fit a padlock on my wallet. I know. I'm going to the running show this weekend. I'm doing a talk. Please do come and support me if you're there, because I'm pretty nervous about it. I'm in between a man who's run 4,000 kilometers across Africa and Vassos Alexander, BBC, ex-BBC sports reporter for Radio 2. So little old me's in the middle of those, talking about how I failed an 8-day race and only ran 4 days of it, and how you can see positives through failure. So hopefully that will be an inspiring talk. So Fender Cornford says, you bite to get water. Yes, that is true. Merlin Keating says, hi Claire, is the 5 as good? Is it just capacity difference? Guessing that you're talking about the Montane Fang versus the Montane Jaws 10 litres. Yes, they're exactly the same. It's just the capacity that's different. And the Montane Jaws is only a little bit heavier. So if you want a pack that does kind of everything, then go for the Jaws. Billy Stobart says he has that pack and loves it. John Gardner says, on the S-Lab Skin 12, where are you supposed to stash your running poles? So I probably should go through that. You can get a quiver, but there's also these bits here, which I am guessing, I'm not really sure. I've not really used this with running poles, sadly. So I think that I might get that horribly wrong. So I might save that for another video. But you can definitely attach a quiver to any Salomon pack. And that means that you can sort of draw them like an arrow to and from the Salomon pack. So that is what I understand to be true about Salomon packs. Otherwise, there is a load of pole things just here, but I need to work out how to use poles on this pack, because I don't want to cause any disruption or cause Salomon to ring me up and say, no, that's not how you use them. Because I'm just wondering, could you probably use them through this thing here and then they go into this thing here? But I haven't had a chance to look. So I will have a look and I will get back to you, John. Thank you very much for an excellent question. So Billy Stobart says he has that pack and loves it. John Gosson says, could you show the space for your phone? I haven't got my phone with me because I was tweeting too much about Jasmine Paris. Sorry about that. But I assure you, you can put a phone. I'm not sure which pack you were talking about, John, but just let me know and I'll tell you if you can fit your phone in that as well. Tim Croft says, what do you recommend to see at the National Running Show this weekend? Well, Brendan Randall at 2 o'clock on Saturday, talking about his 4,000 kilometre run across Africa. Then me at 2:30 talking about my 4-day run across Scotland. And then Vassos Alexander just after that at 3 o'clock, talking about his couple of books on trail running. And definitely try to go and see Paula Radcliffe if you can. I will try and catch her also. And then just mill around the many stands and take it all in, I would say. Yeah. And get your gait analysed as well. That would be a fun thing to do. So there, Rob Thorne's answering, blah, blah, blah. John Gardner has just said, oh dear, we are chatting, but Claire can't see it. Oh, damn it. Next time that happens, I'm going to refresh it earlier because I knew that you guys would be chatting away. Fender Cornford says the 5 and the 12 are on sale at the moment in sportshoes.com. I'm guessing that's the Salomon packs. Merlin Keating is saying we are chatting, Claire. Gordon Saxby is saying the S-Lab Skin 12 can stow poles, but not short / folded ones like my Lecky ones. Okay, so I'll look into that for next time as well. Gear tutorials, we're all mesmerized with the wonderful info you're providing, Claire. Thank you very much. I will pay you later. John Gardner, thanks, Gordon. Merlin Keating, I'm getting the 5 from Sports Shoes Direct. It's £72-ish. Yes, wow. If you can get the Salomon S-Lab 5 set from Sports Shoes Direct for £72, that is flipping brilliant. So definitely everyone get that. Linda Clarbell says, doesn't she see us? Oh no, I'm going to just have to read out so many of these tips. Okay, maybe we should just start again. Oh, why didn't I reload earlier? Right, I'm just going to skim through because I really want to talk about the next pack, which is the UltrAspire Momentum pack. Ooh, stealthy in black. So I want to talk about that. So I'm just going to quickly slip through and see if anyone is asking me any burning questions. If you are asking me a burning question, then do type it again. Somebody called Can is totally off topic and saying, I like your hair. Well, that's very nice of you, Can. Is it a natural colour? Yes, it is. It's very natural. That's why I'm called Wild Ginger Running. Hi. So Gordon Saxby, here we go. Here's some great Salomon quiver chat, right? He says, unfortunately, the custom quiver is designed for use on the Salomon S-Lab Sense packs. It would not be compatible with the Advanced Skin 12 vest. But if you sew the right loops onto it, if you're handy with a needle and thread, Gordon, then you can make the quiver attached to any pack that you want. You just got to sew the loops in the right place. I haven't done that, but I heard other people say that. Thunderflash, the poles on the Advanced 12 go diagonal from the right shoulder to the left on the lower back. Yes, so that's what I was just demonstrating and a little bit like about. So the poles go from here and then they fit in here. But yes, that means that you can't stow a short pair of poles that fold down really short. You could stow poles that don't fold away or just fold in two maybe down there. So yeah, that is a bit of an issue. What I would actually, do you know what I would do if this was my favorite pack and I wanted to use poles on it? I would actually do like the Raidlight pack does, and I would sew a couple of bits of elastic here and here so that I could put poles across. Let me just show you the Raidlight pack. So the Raidlight pack is this one here, and this is what I used on the Camelbak Ultra, and it's got these two bits across here that you put your poles in. So I'm just going to demonstrate, because I've got some poles over here, so why don't I just demonstrate how this to me is a really good way of carrying poles. So you've got your pack on like so, and then you just go and grab a running pole. I just get the one pole just to be quick. I'll just get the one pole just here, and what you do is you simply pop the pole in this side like so, and then you pop it in this side like that. And ta-da! You feel like a dog with a big stick in its mouth, and you think, oh my God, am I going to like bump into a style? But actually, this is a great way to carry poles, I think, and they're just there, and they're so handy. The other way that is really good for packs to carry poles, and I can't quite remember who does this at the moment, but you can put them here and here as well. I think the NEG pack might carry them like that. So yes, that is what I would do to a pack that you really like. Just sew two bits of elastic a la the Raidlight pack across there, and voila, you've got a pole carrier. And everyone will be like, oh, where'd you get that pack? And you just be like, well, I just made it. So there you go. That's what I recommend. That's what I think everybody should do. And so Rossa-Not23213 is saying, hi, can you buy bungee straps to make any pack attach poles? You can't buy anything that's called bungee strap attacher, but you can just go to any sewing shop and buy a length of elastic like this. Get a nice strong elastic, get longer than you need, and then just, if you can't sew, get your parents to, like my gran and my mum are really good at sewing, so I could get them to do it, and then just sew it on there. Really, really tight, like go over it several times, and then you will, voila, have a backpack that can carry poles really easily. Okay, so Paul Way says, doesn't that cause problems with carrying water bottles when you're carrying poles that way? Oh, well, I didn't remember having problems with water bottles when I was carrying my poles there. I suppose you just have to kind of reach over a bit more to get the water out. But yeah, I don't remember having any problems with that. So no, I don't think it does cause too much problems, Paul. Linda Calabel said, I tried carrying my poles at the front and it was surprisingly good. John Gardner is planning to sew them on. So if you do create a Franken pack and sew on some elastic, then I would love to see photos. So definitely, like, if you can, like, tweet me them or Facebook me them, or what's the other thing that I do? Instagram me them, and then I'll get a collection of all these Franken packs and I can put it in the Q&A or something. It would be really cool to see what everyone's doing with the packs. That is great. So just now that I've found all your comments, thank you very much for all those comments. Keep them coming. They're fantastic. I'm just going to talk very quickly about the UltrAspire Momentum. I have done a video on this as well. This is a very interesting pack. It's from America, and in America it costs about $70 or something like that, or $70 or $80. It's not like tons, it's not megabucks. But in Britain, you've got to pay for the shipping, so it comes out at about £100 if you're going to get one all the way over here. So it's really breathable, this pack. You can almost see like right through it. Look at that. You can see my face through there. So it's really good for hot weather racing. And the really interesting thing about this pack is that it's got tons of different ways that you can carry water. So this would be good for somebody who's not comfortable with carrying the water up the top here, and wants to even experiment with carrying it around the back as well, because you can carry the water around the back just here, or you can just put anything else in that pocket. So let me just show you. This bag takes these rectangular shaped bottles more than these long, thin Salomon bottles. So here you go. Let's try one in the back here. So you can carry the water here as well as carrying it at the front. So it's a very comfortable pack, this one. Very comfortable. And the nice thing is you can operate these pretty much one-handed. So what you do to close the pack is you just hook the elastic over these hooks, so you can sort of do it one-handed. I'm always a fan of something that you can do one-handed. And then probably need another one of these Montane bottles here. So I haven't got that tightened up enough. Then you can pop another pocket just in here, like that. They're not the hugest of pockets for water. Maybe this one would be more appropriate, like this. Maybe that's better. Having some bottle issues here. So yeah, you've got the opportunity to carry your water here and here at the same time. So that one can, if you haven't got that one fully, when they're full, they're easier to get down and push down there. That one can be a little bit annoying if you've got a short t-shirt on. The top of your arm can bash the top of that bottle like that. But it's just an interesting way to carry more things. This is a magnet pocket, so you can put like electrolyte tablets in there. It's a waterproof pocket, so it won't get sweaty. And then there's a little zip pocket here. Always a fan of a zip pocket for keys, etc. It's stretchy as well and mesh. And then again, you've got a pocket here for water bottles in a similar way over the other side. So you've got a couple of options there for carrying water front and back, which is quite interesting, I thought. And this is one of the although the water bottles, the water bottles don't seem to fit as like I think they need like a wider, less long bottle. Probably by maybe they do their own brand or something. It's from America, so I'm not very familiar with this brand. But it is a nice way to carry water just in the small of your back there. It's just really comfy, as long as the bottle's not sticking out too much. Then you've got this pack just here. This main opening just here, which goes into this kind of a triangle area here that you can really stuff like a windproof down in there, get some food down in there. So that's nice and stretchy. So yeah, this is a really cool top. I really like wearing this. I just would need to find some bottles that aren't quite so long so they don't poke out so much. But yeah, it's also a good option. Definitely if you're in America, then UltrAspire makes some really nice packs. And this one is coming in at 186 grams. So that's really very light. When you add a couple of bottles, that obviously goes up to about 250. But yeah, it's a really nice pack. Andy Chaplin says, what about Ultimate Direction, or are we running out of time? No, we're never running out of time. I can stay on here for as long as we want. I've got to get through, oh my goodness, so many more packs. Let's try, next of all, the Ultimate Direction then. So this is my Ultimate Direction pack. It's the Adventure Vesta. And it is 252 grams, which is very light. add a couple of bottles in, and obviously you're looking at more like 320 grams, but it's very, very good. The only thing that is slightly kind of annoying about this pack is that it's got this cinch system here, which is, it's kind of like, oh yay, it's something we can say about this pack, and it does cinch the pack in around the small of your back really comfortably so it doesn't move about. But I found that after using it for a while, these bits here, they've just started to sort of curl inwards like that, and they just started to sort of dig into my pack. It's a bit of a, it's like quite a bulky hem bit there, and it just sort of digs in. So I would just prefer if people just didn't do this kind of gimmicky, like pull in, like, I just think it's the more to go wrong if there's lots of stuff going on here. This is basically, you pull it and it cinches in around your back. But I just think make a couple of different sizes, to be honest, and don't bother with any adjustment in the side. Just makes different sizes of pack. It's only my personal opinion. Other people might really, really like this pack. Otherwise, it's a really great pack. It's really, really light. It's got tons of bottle pockets at the front here, as you can see, and there's some zip pockets at the side here, and stash pockets at the side, zip pockets here. The only thing I would say about these side pockets, the zip ones, is that they're really, really small openings. So you can see here, it's quite hard to get my hand in and get that. I would rather they were all pockets like this, because if they're stretchy, you just stuff a load of stuff in there that's not coming out. Okay. Fantastic. So that's the Ultimate Direction pack. So I've just literally whizzed through that, but I do explain it in more detail in the best packs link that I put up at 9 minutes into this video. So definitely check that out there as well. So that is going back there. So we've got a couple more questions now. Wild Ginger Running is the QVC of the trail running world. What does that mean? Is it the Queen Victoria? Am I like the Queen Victoria? I know I seem like the queen of backpacks. So I seem to be constantly testing backpacks. Like you get one and then someone tells you about another one, so you have to order another one in. Then Rob Thorne says, other than tiny plastic bags, do you have a suggestion of how to DIY a waterproof salt tablet or tablet pouch? Well, just off the top of my head, Rob, what you could do is sew some waterproof fabric into a pocket like that Momentum one. So you could say you've got like a top pocket here. Inside it, if you turned it inside out, you could sew some waterproof fabric onto there, so that it's not like a plastic bag, but you've got the pocket is actually waterproof. So to buy some waterproof fabric, you might have to eBay that, and or sometimes if you buy a waterproof, you can get those. They give you like little snippets to repair your backpack with. Oh, do you know what though? Just put some gaffer tape in there. That would make it kind of waterproof, wouldn't it? Just get some gaffer tape inside one of your pockets, like gaffer tape that up, like that side and that side, stick it down, and that would make it waterproof. I don't know if that would be better than sewing on some waterproof fabric, but yeah, give it a go and see what it says. QVC is a shopping channel. Oh, all right, you can tell how much time I spend watching actual telly. I was thinking more like I would be a good weather girl or something, because I've got that map behind me and I'm like, oh, and this with the packs. Brilliant. Where do you attach the poles to on the Ultimate Direction pack? Oh, well, that is a very good question. So yes, the Ultimate Direction pack has 2 opportunities for poles. Let me just show you with an actual pair of poles here. So I'll do it up. This is a different way of attaching poles to the Raidlight pack that I showed you. So where's it gone? Oh, I had it then. Here, right. There's a loop. There's a loop there. Here we go. So we've got the side bit here. So you pop your pole in the side just like this, and then you've got another bit just here. So, oh dear, that's come off. Oh yeah, that's supposed to come off. And then, oh, can you see that? Then that has a popper point on it, and I don't know where it goes next. Where's it gone? Well, it's got a popper point on it that I just pulled it off from, and now I can't find where it goes. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here. I just couldn't see it. It was right in front of my face. So yeah, that is a popper point there. So there you go. attached. Oh, those have not gone into the thing. There. So there you go. That's the pole attachment there on the Ultimate Direction vest. So that's another way of attaching poles. There's upsides and downsides. So if you've got them across here, sometimes you can find it a little bit uncomfortable on the breastbone there, but you can get both poles in at the same time. This one, a little bit more fiddly because you've got one pole this side and then one pole this side. And if you, yeah, and then sometimes you can brush them a little bit with your arm just there, and it's a little bit more uncomfortable. I quite like the dog with a bone option there across the breastbone there, but equally, yeah, that's a good way to attach poles as well for the Ultimate Direction vest. Okay, hope that answered your question, Rosa Not 213. Colin Clark, is everyone's having a look online for all these vests now. I should take a cut, shouldn't I? I should get involved with sports shoes and get some affiliate deal going on. Salomon Advanced Skin is apparently $83.99 on sportshoes.com. That's a really good price. Anything under 100 quid for a Salomon pack is definitely good to go for. And Isaiah Wooding says, can you do the arm wrestling challenge? A little bit off topic there. Conrad says QVC is a US shopping network. Oh yes, I get the joke now. That's quite flattering actually. Thank you. Guy Greatrex says Gorilla Tape. It's waterproof, so that's back to the hydration tablet thing that we were trying to come up with how to kind of retrofit a waterproof hydration pocket. So. Left to tell you about, I've got a couple more. So if you can stick around, then that would be great. I know it's like an hour and 10 now, but you know, we're doing 14 packs here. So this one is the Ronhill Pioneer Race Vest. So it's 8 litres, it says, but I think you could fit more like 10 litres in there. So it weighs 310 grams, but it doesn't come with any bottles, so you have to buy them separately. So add in the bottles, and you're looking at like almost 390 grams, maybe 400. So this, I'm telling you about this pack because I've seen it online for I think around the 60 quid mark, so it's really good value, this pack. It's a nice British company here, Ronhill of the he did a 209 marathon back in the 80s, and he used to run every single day, and he's only just stopped that recently at the age of something like 80 or something. He was doing really well. Dead nice bloke. I've met him. So this is a pack from his company, and lots of room around here, lots of room inside this pack. Nice cavernous room there. It's just really simple, this pack. I'm a real fan of things that just really simple. And then this pocket here is for the hydration bladder, if you want to use a hydration bladder, and lots of nice mesh there, so it'll be nice and breathable as well. So then if we just pop it on, we can just have a look at the pockets. There is a downside to this pack, so I will just I'll just show you that. So the downside for me is that it's on the large side. So if you are a size 12 lady, you might want to look for a bit of a smaller pack, but anyone who's a little bit on the larger side will really appreciate this pack. And then the way that you make it bigger and smaller around this area here is with this Velcro, and I just think it's a little bit cumbersome using Velcro because you've got to kind of unpeel it like that and then sort of try to get it in further without it sticking to the Velcro, and it's just a bit difficult to adjust it. But I mean, once you've adjusted it, you shouldn't really have to adjust it again, so maybe there's not too much of an issue with that. I just think a pulley would be easier. I've not seen any other packs that adjust with Velcro in this area here, but there's some nice pockets here, nice and stretchy, and with a nice zip across that you can do with one hand, which is always good. And then you've got a nice zip here as well. Nice stretchy pocket that side as well. Here you've got room for a couple of bottles, so front bottles in the front if you don't want a hydration pack. Then that will go, it would go further down if I wasn't wearing it. I always put my bottles in before I wear the pack because it's quite hard to get bottles in once you've worn it and filled it full of stuff. So that's one bottle in, and then there is another pocket here, but that's kind of hard to get to because it's literally just behind the pocket. So unless you're going to use quite a small pocket, quite a small bottle in there, like this one, then it's not as good here for pockets. But I just thought I'd show you that one just as a nice one, just if you don't need to carry poles particularly and you just want a kind of a cheapish, good value British brand pack, because Ronhill, they just make some good quality, great value stuff. So I just thought I wanted to mention that there. So that's the Ronhill Pioneer 8-litre pack there. I'll just show you the logo, Ronhill. There you go. Right, so another pack from this is a new pack. It's been sent to me. I picked it up today from the post office, and so I haven't actually tried it yet. But I can take you through the features because this is another good one. I might just, can someone check the price for me? It's new. It's just coming out really soon from Ultimate Performance, and it's called the Fleet 6. I think it's about the. I'll check the price actually because it will be in my emails. Right. Okay. So. Oh yes, this one is great because they've actually done something to it based on my reviews. So what they've done, this is just a pre-production sample, but what they're planning to do is put some pockets around here, because this is where I always say, oh, you're missing out if you don't have pockets here. So they've actually put some pockets in so to make it better, like as per what I've said in previous reviews. So that's really cool, isn't it? So they're going to put some pockets in here, and it will come with 2 500ml bottles. There's a smaller, just a sample bottle in there. But I'll just put it on to show you. This is the Fleet 6, and it's coming out very soon from Ultimate Performance. So definitely give this a look. So it's going to be really great value. There isn't any elastic adjustment on here, and there is only one chest strap. Usually packs have one kind of here as well, just to stop it rocking around. But I think this also, I should mention, is an extra large. So they told me that I wasn't allowed to actually test it and put it on. But it's, having said that it's an extra large, it's not that large. I mean, there's opportunities for it to be tremendously large here, like that. That's really large. You could be twice the size of me and fit into that, so that's quite good. But yeah, I'd go for the small version, and obviously that would fit a lot better. But you've got pockets here for gels, etc. Not quite big enough to fit a phone in there, an iPhone, not quite big enough, and then a pocket just there as well. And then you've got these, it comes with 2 500ml bottles for these pouches here. And you've got this little tubes as well on there. You might want to maybe have a slightly longer tube, and then, I don't know, maybe you could thread it through here, or you could thread it up here, and there's actually a clip there, so you could thread a longer tube up there. That is probably for the hydration bladder though, if you were to use a hydration bladder. So yeah, nice pack from Ultimate Performance there. And yeah, so just to have a look at the front part here. So a nice big roomy pack with a little zip across here as well. So there's a nice, this is mesh here, you can see. So it's a nice mesh, like for keys and credit cards, purse, etc. And yeah, it's a nice tidy little pack. The material feels quite robust. It weighs, where's the weight? Ultimate Performance Fleet 6. It weighs just under the 300 gram mark, so 293 grams, and the bottles weigh 100 grams. So it's looking at just under the 400 gram mark for this this pack, which is a little bit on the heavy side, but it feels super robust. That's the thing. When you get a pack that's slightly heavier, it's often going to be more robust. So it just it depends how long you want it to last for. I mean, all of the more expensive packs should last for a long time, but it's just, you know how you'd get a Carrymore pack and it like literally lasts for decades. That's what this kind of canvasy type material is like. So there's a little hook here for putting a little light on. I don't know about you, but my running club forces us to be as light and lumo as possible when we go out for runs. So you can hook a little light on like so. Ta-da, ta-da, and that is good. It's also got these little reflective loops here. You could hook some bungee across there and stuff a waterproof or something like that in it. So yeah, so look out for these packs. There's going to be 3 in the range from Ultimate performance coming out very soon. A load of new packs will be out like February, March time. So I'll probably like maybe in March or maybe even April if they can't get stuff to me earlier, but I'll be doing like a ton more packs then, hopefully from loads of brands with the new packs. So I've shown you the Raidlight pack in a previous film. You can tell, can't you, how many packs I've had in. I haven't taken the Camelbak Ultra sign, the race number off my pack because I've just been inundated with so many more packs. I haven't actually worn this since the Camelbak Ultra. But I just, for anyone who hasn't seen this, this is the pack that I wore on the Camelbak Ultra. It's 10 litres. It's the Raidlight Responsive 10. And with a little bit of additional pockets that I sewed onto it, it's coming up as like 314 grams. So it used to be less. And I sweated in it as well. Oh, and it's actually, I weighed it with this first aid kit in it. So sorry, that weight's going to be totally out now. If I just weigh the first aid kit, I can take it off the amount. So this was my first aid kit, probably for the Camelbak Ultra. It's got a bandage in it. It's got some, it's got a electrolyte tablet in there, some plasters, some bandages, and some alcohol wipes. So that weighed 50 grams. So that will knock 50 grams off the thing. So it's called the Raidlight Responsive. Okay, 50 grams off that. So it's coming up as like 264 grams with these pockets on as well. So without these flappy pockets that I took off an Inov8 pack and sewed over this dial thing because I didn't think I needed it, it's coming up as like 240 grams, this pack. That rings a bell, actually. So I'll just pop it on quickly, and then I've just got 2 more packs to show you. Oh my goodness, I've been on here for like an hour and 20 wittering away. Yes. Nick Pepperell says he's just joined, so he might have missed things. Did I review the Salomon 8 litre with quiver for poles at all? Sorry, I did not review that pack. I reviewed Salomon Advanced Skin 12, and I don't have a quiver, and you can't apparently fit a quiver to an Advanced Skin. It's just for the Sense series. So sorry, I haven't reviewed that. But anything from Salomon, I'm a big fan of. So if you can find it cheap online, then go for it. That's my answer to that. So this is the Raidlight pack. It came with 600 milliliter bottles with a huge straw, but they were really hard to get in and out of these top pockets here. So I just popped these Salomon bottles in instead. They're 500 milliliters, and they just fitted a lot easier. So they have a pocket there, and then they have a pocket here as well, which is really, really handy. You can fit all manner of stuff down there. Like I had like gloves, like cereal bars, everything in there. And then I also, so here, there's a turning dial. It's called a boa closure system, and you can tighten it up like that. And then if you push it down, or if you pull it out, I can't remember which one it is, then you can pull it out again. Oh no, you turn it back by one. Yeah, you turn it back once, and then you pull it out again. So it's got these, you can't really see because it's a bit dark, but you've got these, there you go. You've got these wires across there. So these basically tighten the pack in like that. Can you see? Like that. And then if you turn it back one, you can pull it out again, so it becomes bigger. But I just think that's kind of over-engineered. I didn't actually use these because they also come in sizes, these packs. So you don't really need to be playing around with this area here, I don't think. If you've got sizes on a pack, just go for the right size in the first place. Now, this is a small. They actually do an extra small. So if you're a really small person, then go for these Raidlight packs because they do make a really, really small version as well, an extra small. So instead, I sewed these pockets from the Inov8 pack that I didn't really like. Not the Inov8 pack that I've showed you in this, but they're Inov8, a different pack, which I showed in a previous video that wasn't as good as I thought it could be. So I took the pockets off the Inov8 pack and I sewed them with the help of a friend onto the side here, and that you can just about reach those whilst you're on the move, and you can fit tons of goodies down there. At one point, I actually just had like a whole bag of Revels down there, and I was just eating them non-stop. So that's really cool. The Raidlight pack also, what I was mentioning before about the not having a zip that goes up and down like that, but having a backpack that you can sort of dip your hand into there, so you can get something out or put something back in on the move. And like, honestly, when you're running like 40 miles in a day, it's just so handy to just be able to go and get things on like that, or put them away again, not have to turn around and undo a zip and get into your pack like that. So that is the pack that I wore for the Cape Wrath Ultra, and I really like this pack. I haven't had much opportunity to wear it because people keep sending me more packs. Yeah, but I really do like it. It's the Responsive 10, and if you can find one online slightly cheaper than retail price, then also go for it, because it's really nice. Just be aware of the fit. The fit is it comes up small, so it basically if you go for, this is a small, and I probably actually could have done with a medium, to be honest, because it is quite small. So yeah, if you're size 12, go for a small. If you're a small man, go for a small, or try a medium. Maybe just order both and see which one fits you best, and also pack it full of stuff before you decide. Okay, so Nick Feefield says, my first Facebook Live event, great channel. Amazing, we're actually on YouTube Live. I hope you don't mind about that, Nick. But yes, thank you very much. Dan Runs, good evening all, I'm a big fan of the Salomon. Yes, I'm a big fan of the Salomon as well. I really like Salomon. It's just, they are just so expensive, aren't they? They're really expensive. But, you know, as we've been finding this evening, you can find them online, you know, the older versions a little bit cheaper online. Billy Stobart says, can't believe I've watched a video on packs for nearly 2 hours. I know, Billy. I can't believe I've just blethered on about packs for 1 hour and 24 minutes and 24 seconds and counting. Right, so we've just got 2 more packs. Just bear with me for 5 more minutes while I tell you about these 2 more packs. So this is from a company that I had never heard of before. They're a US company, and they're called Orange Mud. And I like the idea of that because I've got orange hair. So the idea of orange mud sounded quite cool. So I tried one of their packs, which was called the Quiver, and I'm not going to talk about it here because I've already talked about it in a review, and I didn't really get on with it too well because it sits really high and the bottles can fall out and all manner of things. Look elsewhere on my channel if you want to find out more about the Quiver pack from Orange Mud. But I just thought I'd just tell you about this one. This is a very robust pack, I would say. Both of these packs are quite robust, made of really bomb-proof fabric, and this one weighs 352 grams. Doesn't come with any bottles for this one, but it's quite a comprehensive pack. It's just yeah, it's like a little bomb-proof little pack, and it's white as well. So if you're going to be running in some hot places, then that is obviously good as well. So yeah, it's got like all the things that you'd expect, really. Nice stretchy chest straps, a huge hole for the bottles here. So I'm going to go for these Montane ones. That fits in just like that. And then a very tiny pocket here. I think they should have continued the pocket around here, just to make it a bit more useful. You can fit like a gel in there, but if you don't like gels, then there's not much opportunity to put like whole flapjacks in there. Then, really interesting, this is why I want to show you these packs, because they've got this system whereby they utilize the whole of the top of the shoulder strap. So you can fit, you can even fit like a windproof up here. I shoved a windproof up there. Yeah, so you can fit like anything you want to up there, like gloves, windproofs, kind of any cereal bars or gels and things like that. And I just thought that's a really useful like way of using the shoulder area. And it's, yeah, don't put anything kind of sharp in there because it presses down on these bones here. But if you're just putting like soft stuff like gloves, then it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so that's that. I just thought that was really interesting design. And then you haven't got any pockets around here. You've just got an adjustment here, so that's quite good if you're a larger person, you want to really make it big, or if you're a smaller person, you want to make it really small. This fits me just fine. I'm a size 12-ish, sometimes 10, sometimes 12, depends how much I eat. And then this is a bungee system for shoving anything in, a little bit in the way of the zip. So that's not quite so good for accessing stuff quickly on the move. But you've got this whole pocket down here, so you can sort of reach in from the back. And then you've got hydration bladder pocket just there for hydration bladder. And then you've got, I haven't used this bag with poles, but what I'm assuming is a couple of pole attachments just here, up here, and then they can just fit into this part here, and then you can just batten them down using this pulley closure system here. So that is the Mud Orange 5 litre pack. And then there's that was very comfy as well. And then there's this humongous pack from Orange Mud, which it's very similar on the front, but it's huge on the back. So it's really, really similar to the last pack. It's just really similar. You can tell I've been on here for too long now. Yeah, it's very similar. You've got the same chest, stretchy chest straps, similar bucket, a bottle thing there. Again, I think they should have gone all the way to the edge there with this pocket here, and it's got these cool pockets here as well. So pretty much the same on the front. So it's just the back that I really need to show you, which looks like this. It's huge. So this is called the Endurance Pack, and it's obviously for endurance running. So you open it across like that with a zip, which you can do on the move, and I demonstrate that in the video where I've tested these packs. And oh, it's massive inside. You could use this for commuting or something. Like it's there's a little hot pocket there for the hydration bladder, just there. Then you can just fit tons in there. It's like a whale's mouth opening. And then you've got another little pocket at the front there for any kind of other items that you don't want to get lost in this cavernous mouth of a bag. So there you go. Huge, absolutely huge pack. And if you haven't got it full, the good thing is you can batten it down like that. You can pull it all the way down, cinch it in. You can cinch this bungee in as well. There's also a nice stretchy bit at the front to stick another ton of stuff in as well, or like a jumper, like a insulating layer if you want to take it off and shove it in here from behind. So yeah, I found this pack really comfy. You can see that the back is really comfy. It's like this really, it's really like quite soft mesh. It's really, really nice. So that is the it's the Orange Mud Enduro pack, and that is quite heavy. That's the only thing. It's 519 grams, but we'll forgive it because it's absolutely massive, and it's bomb proof. Like, look at this material. It's like you could make an old-fashioned backpack out of this. So that's 519 grams. Add a couple of bottles to that, and it's looking more like 600 grams. So yes, good if you want to do a bomb-proof expedition. That is a really nice pack. Yeah, but getting them over here, I haven't seen them for sale in the UK. So if you're in America, then amazing. But if you're in the UK, you might have to pay a bit of shipping. Oh, there's a pocket here as well. I forgot about that one. You can actually access that on the move as well. So yeah, you can pop things in there too. Okay, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I have talked now for an hour and a half all about running packs and not even mentioned Jasmine Paris's amazing spine race record that much this evening. I think I've been very good there. I was just going to scrap it all. I was going to can it all and just talk about Jasmine all evening, which is amazing. I'm going to, when I finish this broadcast, I'm definitely going immediately online to see if any of the others have finished. Like, I think Eugenie he was coming in second, wasn't he? And Ian Keith was about to come third as well, but they might be a little while yet. But it was amazing. There was loads of like tweeting about Jasmine and everything, and then somebody piped up, by the way, the two guys that are next, they're also going to break the men's record, and Ian Keith's going to do a personal best as well. He's going to break his own record, but no one was listening to that because they were just all about Jasmine, because it is really amazing, isn't it? Just going to read a few final questions. Paul Way says, he's talking to Dan Runs. He's had both the Sense Ultra and the Advanced Skin 12, and he grumbles a bit at both. His fingers are too fat. The Advanced Skin is more robust but slower to use for him, so that's good advice there. Di Wilson said, hi Claire, great chat. Have you had any gear fall out of the horizontal opening packs? Oh yes, funny you should mention that, because I have tried the I have got the S-Lab Sense Ultra 8. It's in the other room though, and I've reviewed it elsewhere on this channel. So if you Google Dan Runs, who wanted to know about that pack, if you Google Salomon S-Lab Sense Ultra 8 set while ginger running, then you should come up with my review. So take a look at it there. But yes, if you stuff too much into packs with these they don't have any closure across the top. If you stuff too much in, and especially if you stuff it in a waterproof dry bag, because let's face it, we live in Britain and it rains, then it can work its way out of the top. So yes, that is an issue. You can't fill it, you can't stuff it full of stuff, because it will just pop out. So there's like a limit, and you'll be able to tell when that limit is reached. But otherwise, if you don't overstuff it, then stuff doesn't come out. Andy Shapland, no one else has finished on the spine race, just checked. Thank you, Andy. Oh, that's few. I'm very relieved about that. Gear Tutorial says, thank you for giving up your evening, Claire. Oh no, this is not giving up my evening, this is my job. I went out for a nice walk today to make up for the time that I would spend this evening. And Dan Run says he will do, so that's good. Great, check out that film there, Dan. Nick Pepperell says, any ideas on Sense Lab 8-litre closure at top? I have one and it's great. Yes, well, yeah, that's what I was talking about there. I just held up this Salomon 5-litre pack and just talking about the stuff that can fall out the top. I found that with the S-Lab 8 set is that stuff can fall out of the top because it's that bigger and it's trying to carry a little bit more stuff. If you overstuff it, it will fall out of the top. But you'll get the hang of how much can fit in there without falling out. But I was running down the street once and I was like, what's that thing slapping me on the back? And it was the arm of my waterproof had just come out, and it was just like an octopus tendril, and it was just slapping me on the back. So just make sure that the stuff doesn't fall out the top. I was thinking that I could kind of put some holes in it and then put some bungee across it so that you can kind of tighten it and untighten it. The Raidlight pack has a quite nice option here because it's got no closure across the top as well. And in Britain, if you've got no closure off the top, you definitely want to put stuff in a dry bag. But it's actually got this bit of Velcro here, and then it's got this clip here. So I was actually ramming it full of stuff and then just closing that bit, because stuff isn't very likely to fall out like that. You can pull a windproof out of that bit there, but you can make sure it's kind of stuck in there. So yeah, that's just that's my thoughts about top opening bags. Nick Pepperell says he's thinking about sewing a bungee on top. Yeah, you could. Yeah, just make sure it's sewed down really well, because you don't want that to pop off mid-race, because then you've got like more issues than you started with. So yeah, have a play, and just with all of these sewing things, just make sure that you sew them really, really well, because if stuff starts to fall off mid-race, then that's really annoying, isn't it? Fine, brilliant, thank you. Well, that's been a review of 14 backpacks. So I hope that's been a bit helpful. And I hope that once I noticed the comments coming down there on the right, that I actually answered everybody's questions. If I didn't quite manage to answer your question, then when this video is done processing, do type it in the YouTube comments below. That's really helpful if you actually do that, because then other people can see the answers too. I don't know how much people will scroll back and forth through the live chat. So our Guy Greatrex has just said thanks. Thank you very much, Guy, and thank you for sending in your Nike pack as well. That was really, really kind of you. It was great to review that. And yeah, oh yes, and there was a question right at the beginning, wasn't there? Oh, it's gone. It is gone. Yep. Well, there was a question right at the beginning. Somebody was asking me about a Terrex pack called the Novona or something like that, but the question's actually gone, so which is good because I don't actually have that pack, and but I do need to investigate that pack because Terrex are starting to do trail running stuff as well. If I know anything about Terrex, it'll be very expensive, but hey, a lot of these packs are. So yes, it remains for me to tell you what is happening next Wednesday live on Wild Ginger Running. So next Wednesday, well, fingers crossed that he can still make it, but I have booked Damien Hall of UTMB 5th place fame to come and chat to us about long distance running on the channel. So if you're a patron, if you're a $10 patron and above, then you get to I will ask your questions to Damien preferentially. So I'm going to put something on Patreon to ask you for those questions. And Damien's a really lovely guy, so he'll do his best to help you with your training and your racing or whatever races you've got planned. So definitely tune in at 8:30 next week to hear from Damien Hall. Yeah, I kind of want to swap him for Jasmine Paris though now, don't I? So I will also be trying to hook up with Jasmine Paris to get her on the channel. I did have Ian Keith booked as well for February, but you know, I might just ditch him and get Jasmine Paris to come on. I'm sure he won't mind. No, in all seriousness, I'll try and get everybody onto the channel. And if you are a patron, then do definitely keep me posted in Patreon as to who you want me to interview next. I've got I'll tell the patrons on Patreon about the people that I've got lined up. Got some really exciting guests coming, but the next one is going to be Damien Hall, and he's going to be talking about his UTMB race where he came 5th last year. So there is a film, the last film that I put out was actually Damien's top UTMB long distance tips. So if you want to watch that film first and then come back to Damien with any kind of more like more in-depth questions, so that we don't just ask him the same things over again, then that would be really, really good. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this and you want to support this channel, you want to see it keep running, then do check it out on Patreon. There's options to support me from anything from $1 just to say thanks, to right up to $50, which I know Guy Greater-X does, and he gets a preferential treatment there, and he sends me stuff in to review, and we have a good chat about what he wants to see next on the channel. So it just depends about the level of involvement that you want in the channel, but definitely take a look on Patreon. I'll put a link in the description below when this video is done processing as well. And if you want to buy any of the packs, you could always use my Amazon affiliate links. I'll put them in the description below eventually as well. I might not do it tonight because I'm a little bit tired now, but check back later to see if there's any Amazon affiliate deals there. And if you buy anything on Amazon, if you click on one of my links first, whatever you buy on Amazon, then that gives me a little kickback. So that's another really good, easy way to support my channel for free, actually. So if you want to do that, then thank you very much. That's very kind of you. So yeah, that was 14 backpacks. And so I'll be doing something different in the next gear chat. So as I said, we've got Damien next week, and then the following week will be another gear chat. So I'm just going to confirm it with my top tier patrons what we're actually going to cover in 2 weeks' time, but definitely tune in live at 8:30 p.m. Every Wednesday night for chat, either from an athlete or an expert, or for some gear chat as well. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all your questions, and I'm so sorry again that I didn't see them for like the first hour. So yeah, everything's a learning point, I think, on here. I've only been on YouTube for like a year and a half now, so I'm still learning everything. But thank you so much. Thank you to all my patrons for asking some really awesome questions, and thanks you for each other as well. I really love when you guys answer the questions, like somebody pipes up with an answer to somebody else's questions. I mean, it's just a real community that we're trying to build on here, and all, like, I don't know everything. I'm lucky because I do this job and I get access to all this kit. So like, if you guys have got the kit and I haven't, then definitely just tell me how it works, and tell me what you're excited about, and tell each other as well. It's really cool just to get a community on here. So right, I am going to shut up now. Do come and see me on Saturday at 2:30 at the running show if you're around in Birmingham. And with no further ado, good night everybody, and I will see you out there running on the trail. So thank you very much for watching, and next video is out at 5 p.m. on Monday, and I will see you on the trails, and I'll see you next weekend live at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday talking to Damien Hall. Okay, bye.